fashion, luxury, the latest trademarks. But they are like a snail when it comes to the orphans, to the needy, to the poor. Did not Allah give you this wealth? Do you think that money that you make, that you earn, that you save is yours? Wallahi ya ikhwati al-a'izza, ya akhwat, you shall be asked about every cent that you have. Wallahi. Make sure that your earning is halal. And make sure your spending is halal. And make sure you give fi sabilillah. Don't ever be greedy to yourself. How many people waste their entire lives watching television, hours upon hours, playing computer games, hours upon hours, playing TV games, hours upon hours, going out window shopping, hours upon hours, or drinking coffee with their mates, talking nonsense, hours upon hours. And you say to this person, Ya akhi al-aziz, Ya akhti al-aziza, there's a lesson, a Quranic lesson. Let's go and attend it. And what's the response? Wallah, I haven't got time. I work from 9 to 7. I haven't got time. But they've got time to have the remote control in their hand, on the lounge, the sofa, relaxing, comfortable, flicking from one channel to another, to the time there. They go, ah. But ya akhi, come to a lesson, go to your deen. Akhi, I haven't got time. I feel bad, I feel tired, got my family. Astaghfirullah. I just hope we're not in that area. I really hope that we're not in this area. How many of our youth have we lost to the streets due to our behavior? How many of our youth have we lost to the streets? If you go to the majority of mixed universities, here in Australia, where our brothers and sisters attend, leave the kuffar, we're not discussing the kuffar, they've got more problems than this. But us, if you were to go to the universities that are mixed, what do you see? Brothers and sisters, you see beadless faces of jean-clad, tight youth, whose love is for everything other than Islam. You see clothes on both sexes that is so tight that it does not only constrict their bodies, but their iman, their hearts. You see Muslim brothers and sisters, students, mingling, flirting, kissing, touching with each other. Where's the modesty in Islam? Where's the halal and haram? Where is the izzah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? What is occurring is dangerous. Extremely detrimental. You see, women in those universities, female women, whose nafs overshadows her taqwa more than her kuhl, the eye makeup and so forth, that overshadows her face. They want to fit in. Tights, this, hijab, back-trim, camel style, makeup, a shovel to remove. Well, is it not what we are witnessing today? Extremely sad, wallah. Are we not reflecting, or do we not reflect upon the warning of Allah? Are we so blinded by satellite images of a false Jannah that we have forgotten that a real Jannah exists? Are we brainwashed by the glitter and gold of the dunya that we have forgotten Allah and the beautiful bounty, Islam, that He has bestowed upon us? If only you knew what you possess. Wallahi, if only you knew the blessing that Allah has endowed you with. But are you really fulfilling that? How many Muslims are addicted to music? or anashid. So much so that they have forgotten the sacred, noble, uncreated word of the Almighty, the Quran. Before, subhanAllah, Quran was played in cars, in buses, in the homes, everywhere. So, but when this so-called Islamic pop mania popped out, all you hear now is anashid. Music and instruments, no problem. It's nasheed, it's nice words. And the Quran has been forgotten. You go to the so-called Islamic weddings, what do you find there? Music is a norm, is it not? 90% of the weddings, music is a norm. And you will hardly find one of those weddings without a DJ or a band. And there are many sheikhs that allow this. But does this surprise us in our era, that we are seeing this? The question, does it surprise us? That we are witnessing musical instruments played in weddings, in homes, and it's thought to be lawful. Should it surprise us? Should it? It shouldn't? Okay, you're correct. It should, but why? Huh? حبيبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أحسنت يا أخي. Because the hadith of Bukhari clearly mentions that from among my followers there will be those who will consider illegal sexual intercourse, the wearing of silk, the drinking of alcoholic drinks, and the use of musical instruments as halal. Who will consider? This was prophesied 1400 years ago plus. And subhanAllah, is there any reason, after this narration, any excuse to say that music is not haram? It's in Bukhari. Is Bukhari sahih or da'if? You sure? So what would you say about this hadith? If someone comes and asks you now, is music haram? What would you say? Why? Because it's a prophesied event that has unfolded before our very eyes in a very great deal. All you hear, I went to some gatherings in Sydney, and they were talking about this nasheed artist and this Islamic Muslim pop star. Really, brothers and sisters, I don't know where in the history of Islam does it allow us, or has it taught us, that the companions, the greatest men that walked this earth and women after the prophets and messengers ever, worked it up to the sound of music? If anyone has anything, please give us. Venues all around the world today, you see this so-called Islamic pop mania creeping and sweeping throughout the entire globe, poisoning the masses, poisoning the Muslims. Where brothers and sisters in these venues, together, dancing, swaying, squealing, shouting, crying out loud in the aisles of these venues. Surely, wallahi ya ikhwan, surely this sort of devilish behavior demeans the beauty of Islam. Does it not? I can't see anyone being so happy and acting in such a hysterical way when there's so much brutality and suffering going on in the world today. We all know the greatest military generals of all time after the companions. Who was he? The greatest military generals after the companions. The liberator of Al-Aqsa, Salah al-Din al-Ayyub. He was asked, listen carefully to what he responded. He was asked, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, why do you not smile? What was the question? Why do you not smile? We don't see you smiling. We don't see you happy. What did he say? He goes, how can I smile when Masjid al-Aqsa remains under crusade occupation? How can I smile when Masjid al-Aqsa remains under crusade occupation? Ya Salah ad-Din, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen Umar, where are you? We need you today. Wallahi, we need them today. Because this ummah is degenerated. This ummah has fallen into a deep slumber. We have forgotten our purpose in this life. We have forgotten our entity, the reason why we are here. Not only on an individual basis, no, but collectively as a nation. The majority of Muslims are brainwashed by a satanic intoxication, a dunya intoxication, where our minds and our hearts are sealed, are influenced by an Islamic lifestyle, by an Islamic ideologies. Our eyes have become oblivious to who we really are. The majority of Muslims have become entrapped, imprisoned, enslaved to the worthless pleasures of this dunya. This slow, deceiving, materialistic world, brothers and sisters, has dragged many of us into a race of unlimited desire. This mad, crazy, and insane search for new sensations, for comfort, for false joy and happiness, for the accumulation of wealth, to get more and more and more, results, wallahi, in no other than disgrace in this world and the next. Look at the majority of Muslims. Oh, don't go there. He's this, he's that. Don't go to that centre. No. They're labelled. We're peaceful people. We don't teach terrorism. We don't entice hatred. In fact, Islam is the first religion, if you want to call it, or way of life, that placed the rules of war engagement. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq said beautifully, do not kill the unarmed. Do not kill the innocent. Do not kill anyone who confronts you unless he has arms against you. Abu Bakr is saying this one of the battles. Do not destroy the water holes, he said. Do not destroy the crops. Do not destroy the lands. Fight only those who fight you. This was before the Geneva Conventions. This was before the Declaration of Human Rights. This is Islam. So basically, we are not a people who are terrorizing the lands. We are the ones that are peaceful makers, if only what they knew. So you get these people saying, no, don't go there. Don't do this. We feed people. We feed poverty. We feed humiliation. We feed death. We feed and we feed. We feed everything. But when it comes to fearing Allah, who is the only one to be feared, the most prominent fear, it is in fact in our lives the most deficient fear.